Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Watch out for this silver American Eagle deal. Let's explore. One of the things I like to do on this channel is to expose scams with relation to precious metals. And, I just covered a story fairly recently about such a deal that was quite obvious, even to a novice investor for precious metals. But they're not always so easy to detect. In fact, sometimes you just have to take a chance with some, especially if there's a good deal out there. The adage, if it's too good to be true, it is. We all know that, and the last video I did was about that very type of thing. But sometimes, even the ones that aren't too good to be true are, indeed, not true. In fact, they're just as scams. They're just as scammy as the other ones. It's a different format, a little bit more clever. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. HVAC Residential Basics reached out to me about this website, Vexy.com or Vuexy.com. And look at that, it's from Nevada. So it's a stateside operation, at least that's what they would have you think. In fact, if you look at their contact page, it has a phone number, which I actually tried to call, and it was not taking phone calls. That's clue number one. It was a very strange message on there, and not related to a business at all. And there is, I guess, some other ways to reach out to them. There's ways to look into this company, but nonetheless, this is something that looks legitimate. And you may say, hey, they have an email and a phone number, and they're from Nevada, so it's probably legit. And why would one maybe not question this site? Well, because they do have top selling products. They have a lot of products. Let's see here what they've got for all of their silver products. Here we can see there's a various different numbers of products here, with the same price for all of them, $24.97. Now, spot price today, as I record this video, is just under $20 an ounce. So this is not an unusual to see for some items like this type of round to be about $25. That sounds about right. To see a deal for about $4 or $5 above spot. But for a silver American Eagle to be that's highly unusual unless there is a promotion that they're trying to do here. There's a couple ways. First of all, what you need to do is to look and see what is happening here. They have a deal of the day, which means you only have 59 minutes and 31 seconds. But how long does that last? Last time I was on this website, that's what it said. In fact, more than likely, we'll come back to this page and see what that clock says again. That's going to be your first clue that this is not legitimate. And then you can kind of look over here and see what their content is, and look and see if there's any kind of misspellings or grammatical errors and that type of thing. Not that that's typically not that that can't happen on a legitimate site, but I'm just saying we're adding some things up here to see what we've got. Now, they also have some reviews here with some pictures, and that is pretty interesting. So you look at these reviews and you see some of these photos with this thing. This looks like a legitimate silver eagle. And look at this, it even has a certificate of authenticity, and it says United States Mint. Now, that should raise a little red flags because bullion eagles do not have this certificate of authenticity, nor do they have capsules with them, by the way. It would have to be a secondary market doing that, which is not out of the realm of possibility, by the way, just so you know. It can happen. This is another one. These are beautiful photos of a legitimate silver eagle in hand. Here's another one. So this looks pretty good. Somebody's posting some photos here, if those are legitimate. But nonetheless, these are fairly generic reviews, though, as well, too. In fact, some of them say, well, it's a graduation gift. In fact, both of them say graduation gift, the very top one. All 5-star reviews, by the way. And there's more, which we can go down through here and see what they've said. But so it's always good to kind of investigate this website. The website to me looks a little suspicious. It is sort of a template kind of looking website, but they have all these different things. But we're really not going to get much out of this website other than perusing it through. But it seems a little suspect to me. So I did a little lookup from Domain.com has a lookup thing where you can look up their Vuexi.com here, and we can look it up and see who owns it. And we can see that it actually has been around since 2018, which is a fairly large amount of time. That's for a scammer, that's kind of a long time. So it makes you wonder if they're just really good at what they're doing or what have you. But it looks like they have registration here in the United States. If you look down here, there is a United States address, but that does not mean that they are from the United States. But so this looks pretty good so far. And then we have this thing called ScamDoc that analyzed the Vuexi.com website and found that it was a good trust index, low risk, but they do caution the domain name of this site is old, which means a couple years old, and that's a good point or a good indication that it's legitimate. But HTTPS protocol detected, but beware, it does not always mean security, and it always does not mean that it's not a scam either. So that is one thing to consider here. But when you look at some of the reviews here, user reviews on ScamDocs, all of them are 1 star. So yes, indeed. And really, don't fall for the low prices. So always be suspect with any new dealer out there. And it's kind of a shame because there's so many fakes out there. You have to be suspect of the ones that are legitimate, especially if they're doing a lost leader promotion, which I have participated in 2 of those. And I would not do any videos of them if I didn't vet them myself. But a lot of times, sometimes, especially if you use a credit card, you do have the protections there. And I did use my credit card in both those instances. Now, obviously, you can certainly find a way where you can use a credit card and get your money back. But so there has been some other forums, Reddit pages where they've talked about this scam, and it's pretty much been by the user community, has been exposed on forums as such, but not everybody reads all of those, so I thought I'd bring it to your attention. And here is a result of the scam. In a slab, a really poor quality, a silver American Eagle from 2022. You can even look at this and tell that it's not legitimate just by the detail and how big the L is and how thin the T is. I mean, that's pretty blatant right there, and very flat looking. And look at this. There's another look at it outside of the slab. He took it out of the slab. You can see here that it's definitely fake just by looking at it. We know it's not silver. And look at the reverse. The reverse has the old reverse on it, not the new reverse on the coin. And so immediately it is a scam. Now, if I highly doubt these people are from Nevada or Arizona, but in the off chance that they are brazen. They are brazen because it's a felony. The Secret Service would be all over them. And so be very wary of where you're looking at for silver products out there. If a Google search brings you here or to some other website that has this kind of format, and look at this, it has top selling, but it doesn't have store. No other products on here, and all the same price for all the different years of American Eagles, and that tells you something is amiss here. There it is. So fascinating indeed, but I just wanted to bring it to the community's attention. And not all of the scammers are getting better. Let's put it to you this way. And not all of the ones that are too good to be true are the ones that you think are obvious. This one is not so obvious. However, it is suspicious. And if you have any doubts at all, go with your gut instinct first and foremost. Do not fall into the FOMO trap. And speaking of FOMO trap, Remember what the time clock said, 59 minutes and 30-some seconds left on that deal? Let's take a look at it now, see how much time we have left on it. Oh, wow, okay, so it maintained the same session here, but if we were to go back out and come back in, because I looked at this earlier today, and it had reset the clock. So, and I did it in a different browser as well too. So, and that is pretty good on them to be clear. But there it is. All right. So there you go. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and don't get scammed.